Hello, you're watching Cruise1st TV, the home of the best value cruise deals all day, every day here on Sky Channel 681. Now, have we got a 30-minute spectacular coming your way? Right now, as we get on board the Norwegian Cruise Line for 3 all-inclusive Eastern adventures for this year, next year and into 2025, with low deposits available from just £199 per person.
It's fantastic. It's never been a better time to get started with those plans. Not only are we going to be heading to some pretty fabulous destinations in this show, but best of all, we're doing it free at sea, which means that when you're on board the ship, you've got a premium beverage package, that's drinks to you and me, some Wi-Fi, $50 of shore excursion credit for every port that you call into, and you'll get to sample a night or two of speciality dining. It really is a great way to cruise, so shall we?
Shall we?
Shall we is the big question. Yes, I think we shall, actually. Yes, for a whole half an hour. Norwegian are fantastic, actually, and the reason why we factor in free at sea is because the deal is just so unbeatable that you would go for it anyway if it wasn't factored in. So we factored it in because it just makes great sense. Because when you're at a bar, and again, I'm always talking about drinking, I know. Please drink responsibly, one at a time, or one in each hand. It's up to you. But you'll recognise what's behind the bar. It's premium brands. It's brands that you know. You're not looking going, well, I normally drink so-and-so, so what's the closest to that behind that bar? You don't have to do any of that. Anyway, it's where we go to that's most important, as well as it. And we're going very, very interestingly now to the Indian Ocean, Madagascar, to the Middle East. Now, that sounds like some journey.
There was a film about them as well. The animals won't be talking, I don't think, in this venture, but you might get to see some incredible wildlife. It's 18 nights and we're leaving on the 25th of January 2025, so a little bit into the future to get booking for this one, because this is definitely one I think you'll want to book in advance for. We're going to fly you to fabulous Mauritius for a 3-night pre-cruise stay to kick off. I know! I mean, this is very much the definition of paradise. When you think of paradise, you think of the Maldives and Mauritius and Seychelles, don't you? You think of those incredible islands.
Well, it sounds so expensive. I can remember, I know you won't be able to remember, Joe, because you're far younger than I am, but the big game shows when I was growing up, the big star prize was always a holiday to Mauritius. So you think, well, that has to be super posh and super expensive then.
Oh, absolutely. It is. I mean, it's luxury. It's unabashed luxury. And you've got those 3 nights of accommodation included as well. We put you up in great hotels when we're heading you on these adventures. So you've got Port Louis, which is the capital. It's a great place to enjoy and just drink in the hustle bustle on vibrance of Mauritius. And this is when you're going to be boarding the Norwegian Dawn. Now, Dawn class, 14 nights, lovely ship. I've been on Dawn class before on the Jewel. And I have to say, you know, these ships are wonderful. They're mid-sized Norwegian ships. So it'll give you an ample amount of time to get to know everybody as well, because you are on board for those 14 nights. So easily walkable, you know, you don't need a Segway to get around the ship. You've got the white hot party. That's a real signature of Norwegian. Everyone gets dressed up in white and has the glow sticks. It's super fun. Even if you're not a party person, just to watch everyone else enjoying, dancing, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, it's sometimes nice on white night to rail against that and say, you know what, I'm going to wear all green tonight. Stand out from the crowd.
Exactly.
No, but it's good to do because there's a great atmosphere on board. Even, like you say, if you're not a party person, it's quite nice. It's great fun. It puts a smile on everyone's face, doesn't it? Yeah, and
they've undergone a lot of upgrades, the Dawn, as well. So, you know, you've got brand new venues, got Los Lobos, an authentic Mexican cantina, O'Sheahan's Neighbourhood Bar and Grill as well, sports and highlights in there, lovely pints, of course, a little taste of home from home. And you've also got the Cellars, a Michael Mondavi family wine bar. So talking of specialty restaurants, you're going to actually have your inclusion of 2 specialty dining nights, and that's part of your cruise package.
And there's loads to choose from: churrascaria, sushi, steakhouse, la cucina, teppanyaki, so many. So we're cruising out of Mauritius. We've got 14 nights. 14
fabulous nights, straight into the La Reunion, another gorgeous island, very lush, very volcanic. You've got the pitongs to visit there and the famous Cirque du Soleil for walking and hiking. Just a beautiful part of the world, so unusual to visit. Next up, we're into Nosy Bee, Madagascar. And for those nosy bees out there, there's lots to see and do, I promise. I had to do it. But I'm here all week. Thank you very much. Incredible turquoise oceans, lush jungle. Port Victoria is next in the Seychelles. I mean, not many people can say they've been to the Seychelles. This is true definition of luxury, isn't it? And just look at the ocean and the reef. I mean, you'll see amazing marine life if you love to snorkel, or maybe just be above the ocean on a glass bottom boat. La Digue Seychelles is next, so another chance to enjoy the Seychelles. You just can't even believe these scenes are real, can you? But you will actually get to experience them. It's one of 155 archipelagos in the Indian Ocean, the Seychelles. Now, a few days at sea sees us in to the Emirates, to Muscat, Oman, which is great. You can head to the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque there. There's dazzling souks if you love to shop as well as beautiful seafood also. And the Royal Opera House, I've heard, is amazing. Dubai is next. Of course, it's what we think about when we think of the Emirates. You get an overnight on board. What about heading up to the Burj Khalifa, which is the world's tallest building? Enjoy a cocktail up on the top floor. I think it's the 125th floor up there. You've got the Mall of the Emirates. You can take a desert safari, a dune buggy safari as well, or go stargazing in the desert. Abu Dhabi's up next, which is the capital of the Emirates. You can visit the very own Louvre of Abu Dhabi. Same as the one in Paris, but it's a obviously different collection of art right there. Incredible mosques as well abound. Then we'll be cruising into Doha, where you'll disembark and we will fly you home to the UK. And of course, it's all included, end-to-end flight. So you've also got your incredible value, all-inclusive Norwegian package, which includes your drinks, your Wi-Fi, your specialty dining, 2 nights of specialty dining, and you've also got $50 per port excursions credit. So, I mean, my goodness, what incredible value.
Yeah, oh my word. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's so good. Do you know, when we were researching this offer, and obviously Joe and I, we live in different parts of the country, so we research in 2 different places, but it's only hearing Joe talk us through and seeing the pictures there of the destinations, you realise just how interesting a journey this is. From one end to the other, and very, very exotic. It's kind of far from the madding crowd. A lot of cruises tend to go to very, very similar places. It's what people love to do. But actually, it's quite nice to go off the beaten track a little bit as well, isn't it? I love the fact that this has the stay in Mauritius as well. I think that's really, really special. But you're doing quite a breadth of travel here as well. Now, of course, we're looking into 2025. So you're thinking, OK, well, why am I booking a holiday now for January in 2025? Well, we can do it with low deposit right now. So we can fix a price now that's great, that includes the drinks and everything else that's on board, and the flight prices, etc., 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 all fixed in one place. £199 each deposit, and the price for the whole holiday, which is brilliant. This is kind of the price. I don't know. I would imagine a luxury kind of hideaway on Mauritius for a few days, the flights there and back would be about that. I don't know. I haven't tried to cost it up, but that price tag, considering how much travel we're doing and what's included in it, I just think is absolutely spectacular. Now let's have a look at the upgrades on the ship first of all. So you can see your prices there for ocean view and for balcony. And let's think about what's included here as well. So your flight from the UK to Mauritius included. 3 nights in a hotel on Mauritius included. That's room only, of course, so you can enjoy with that as you want to. Then your Norwegian Dawn cruise, 14 nights of cruising. Remember, we are cruising to Reunion, to Madagascar, through to 2 different ports in the Seychelles. Then we're cruising from there to the Middle East, to Muscat, to an overnight in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and then we end the cruise in Doha. And then, of course, then we leave the cruise ship and the flight included from Doha back to the UK. All of that under £3,000 each. And remember, the cruise has your premium drinks package, a Wi-Fi package, shore excursion credits for every port. So that's $50 of shore excursion credit per cabin for each port, and 2 nights of specialty dining. All of that for that kind of price tag. For those of you that know value, I mean, you know that when you're looking at, what is a premium holiday, you still have to be able to look at the numbers, and it has to make sense. You have to look at the number and go, actually, do you know what? That is worth maybe stretching out that little bit further than you would normally for a holiday. But you look at it and go, well, it's going here and it includes this, and there is so much more included. I think it's got to make sense. And I think that's what we are so good at as well. And it's all about the right thing at the right time, isn't it? And a bigger and a better offer that normally you would never get to hear about at all. That's the great thing about being here with us. And remember, you can be with us 24 hours a day as well, because even when we're not on the telly, we're on YouTube 24 hours a day. You can watch our shows going out. So even if you get up in the middle of the night and there's nothing else on telly, and let me tell you, there's nothing else on telly, unless Joe's doing her other show somewhere else in the middle of the night, you're allowed to watch that.
There's nothing else on telly.
You're allowed to watch that.
Yeah.
But you can get onto our YouTube channel, just search for Cruise1st TV. Right, okay, well, we dipped into the Middle East in the last offer. So let's go a little bit more full on into the Middle East.
Let's have a deep dive into the Middle East this time.
With some city stays as well,
Absolutely.
which is very nice.
Which is great. Yeah, it's all inclusive for you as well with Norwegian, with city stays, 12 nights, leaving on the 9th of December. Now we're going to fly you south of the United Arab Emirates for a 3-night pre-cruise stay in Dubai, which is wonderful. The city of gold, they call it, the city in the desert. It's a very imposing, dramatic landscape, Dubai. I love the when you're actually flying into it as well, and you see these incredible sort of man-made islands surrounding. But you have the largest building on earth, the Palm Jumeirah. It's about 125 floors high. Having a cocktail up there is a must. Heading out into the desert as well for a June safari perhaps, or Bedouin dinner. You know, there's loads of amazing things and experiences you can enjoy in Dubai as well. Maybe a camel ride, head for some shopping to the souks or to the Mall of the Emirates or the Mall of Dubai for some tax or duty-free shopping. So 3 nights in a hotel, and you're also going to get a night on board the ship once you get on board as well, which is brilliant. So it's an extra little night for you there when you head on board the beautiful Norwegian Dawn, giving you a full, proper sort of experience of Dubai in the Emirates. Now, whilst you're on board the Dawn, lots to see and do and enjoy, whether it's just lying out in a hammock on deck or seeing some of their incredible shows, which are fantastic. They have theme nights. We mentioned before the White Hot Party. You've also got things like you'll have Caribbean night, Brazilian night. They really want to make it as exciting as possible every single night of the week.
Remember, we're coming up to Christmas as well, so I'd imagine there's going to be a little bit of a nod or two to Christmas while you're on board as well, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you will. You'll have they usually tend to do a big display with a big gingerbread house, decorations. They make it really fun, so you'll feel festive, but you'll also be in this incredible hot climate, which is amazing, sitting out on deck enjoying the beautiful breeze of the Emirates, and you've you know, that lovely hot weather. But whilst you're on board, enjoy the spa. The greenhouse spa is fantastic on board Norwegian. They have an incredibly extensive menu of treatments. They also have the thermal suites that you can enjoy with things like the sauna, salt caves. You've got you know, you've also got the thalassotherapy beds. For the kiddos, if you bring children with you, you know, water slides, children's club, loads and loads. Abu Dhabi is our first port of call, and you'll actually get an overnight here, which is fantastic. I love that we're starting with another overnight. It gives you a full flavour of the place that you are visiting. They have the Sheikh Zayed Mosque, which is a beautiful structure, definitely worth seeing. Because you're there at night, you might want to do a night desert safari, which I think would be super fun. And don't forget Ferrari World. Sir Bani Yas Island is next. Now, this is known for its absolutely incredible wildlife, and you might even want to do a little bit of a safari whilst you're there. There's 17,000 free roaming animals, including the Arabian auks, the gazelles, giraffes, hyenas and cheetahs. Next up, we're into Bahrain. We don't see this often on itineraries. Manama, the financial hub really of the Persian Gulf, but there's also lots of incredible museums right there, souks and so much more. Dammam is up next, and this is home to the largest port in the Persian Gulf, the Merjan Island and the grave of Hamza, which is an ancient, iconic archaeological site, are definitely worth a see here in beautiful Dammam. Then we're going to be cruising into Doha, where we'll disembark. We're going to enjoy a 1-night hotel stay before we head home, which is, you know, hence the name of this trip is, of course, course, the Emirates with stays. You can visit the Museum of Islamic Art or the Waqif Souk, which is known to be one of the best in the Emirates. You can see some desert safaris, jet skiing. It's all possible in this incredible place. And also the Qatar Cultural Village, if you want to see, again, a local flair and vibe. So, yeah, this is your itinerary, starting off, of course, with a lovely hotel stay in Dubai and a night on board. You then have Abu Dhabi, you've got the natural beauty of Sabana Yas Island, Bahrain's in there, Saudi Arabia, and then we're back into Doha, where you'll get an extra night. So great little itinerary for you here of the Emirates.
Yeah, great way to tick off a few boxes at the same time if you wanted to cruise the Middle East. Lots of people want to. I hear it talked about a lot, actually, at the moment, because you've got those kind of hotspot destinations. Of course, Doha has thrown the sort of holiday attention back on the Middle East a little bit. Lots of people still not been to Dubai. Remember this one, you've got the 3 nights in the hotel plus the first night on the cruise as well in Dubai, so plenty of time to really explore that. Plus, you've got the overnight in Abu Dhabi as well, which is really good, because I know I would be tempted on one day to go straight to Ferrari World and do all of that and probably miss everything else. So actually having an extra day there is even better. All of this just shy of Christmas as well, on the 9th of December. Very, very nice time to get away. And you get back, what's 9 past 12? 21. You get back on the 21st of December. So you might do some Christmas present buying while you're away on this one as well. Buy something just that little unusual. A Ferrari from Ferrari World, maybe. Other cars are available.
Matchbox size.
Yeah, just a tiny one. Right, £199 deposit you can put on this right now, and the price tag feels like just the flight price, this, doesn't it? Look, 1599 feels like, okay, well, that's the flights. What about the cruise and the hotels and whatever else you're putting on in this offer? No, it's all in there. It's all in there at 1599 per person. Right, let's have a look at the upgrades on the cruise, first of all. If you want to go to up to Ocean View or to balcony on this one, remember on this one, you can go straight to balcony in one upgrade. Is that right, Mr. P? Because they're both the same price. Oh, brilliant. Right, so if you pay the Ocean View price on this one at $199, we'll actually put you to balcony. And that also still has the drinks, the premium drinks package, the Wi-Fi package, shore excursion credit, that's $50 for each port, and a night of speciality dining. And a partridge in a pear tree, as it's just before Christmas. How good is that? Like an early Christmas present, really, isn't it? In fact, I'd rather have that than a Christmas present, to be honest with you. Nice little holiday just before Christmas. Nice bit of sunshine. Imagine on Christmas Day, still got a tan from when I was away. How amazing would that be? Call us right now, 0800 953 4700. That is so good. And if you like it, get the deposit down on it right now and get that cheeky balcony upgrade. Because remember, you upgrade once to Ocean View price, we take you straight to balcony from there. How good is that? Call us now, 0800 953 4700. These are so good, aren't they? Actually, I really hadn't, until reviewing all the details with you there, wow, just didn't realise just how good that was. Right, okay, next up, we're going to a part of the world that everyone wants to be in. I mean, it really is. If there was one holiday hotspot that is on everyone's list right now. And I think I know why, Joe, as well, actually. I think it's always been there, murmuring in the background of people's holidays plans. Must go to Japan at some time, but you know, people have been deferring it. And then we had the pause in travel for a couple of years, and now people are going, well, actually, we need to get on with this. We need to, you know, let's do it. So they're bringing forward plans that they might have had for 10 or 15 years, bringing it through to now. Well, how about the highlights of Japan and Taiwan on a wonderful all-inclusive cruise? Sounds good, right?
It does. And again, it's all-inclusive for you.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're talking about...
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers. Your drinks, your Wi-Fi, your specialty dining. You have a night of specialty dining on this adventure. You also have $50 per port excursion. towards your excursions. And there'll be lots of excursions you'll want to do on this because it's the highlights of Japan and Taiwan for 17 nights, leaving on the 22nd of November next year. We're going to fly you to Japan for a 3-night pre-cruise stay in tantalizing Tokyo. What a great place to kick off your adventure. Tokyo is an amazing city like no other. It really is. And you're going to be going to a place that is so different from what you've experienced before if you really just traveled around Europe and even, shall we say, Middle East before. Tokyo is a completely different world. Of course, you have thousands of years of engaging, exciting history to view, beautiful temples, such as the Sentoji Temple, which is just one of the most amazing places on earth to see, I hear. But you've also got lots of experiences in Tokyo. I mean, there's a robot cafe, there's the vampire cafe, there's cat cafes, but then you've got the Sakurai tea experience. So we're cruising on the Norwegian Sun, which I was fortunate to work on for 6 months as a contract. You've got 12 nights on board. The Sun's a great ship to be seeing this part of the world. It's a mid-size, NCL ship as well, which means that it's easy to get around. Great restaurants, they've undergone a refurbishment, fantastic shows, all of the signatures of Norwegian, of course, that you, if you've experienced this brand before, you've come to expect, but with a lot of new offerings as well. Now, with it being all inclusive, you've actually got all of your drinks included, so that could include your coffees, your bottles of water, your soft drinks, your blended drinks, your wine with dinner, your beer, your spirits, premium spirits and things like that too, which is great. But then you've also got your specialty dining. So you've got specialty dining included 2 nights actually. So you might want to go to the churrascaria or the Mexican or teppanyaki because you've got 2 of those included. And then you've also got the Wi-Fi. So again, all these expenses that will add up are included in your adventure and your excursions. Now you're going to be seeing a part of the world that is just has so much incredible history. In the excursions, you'll want to do everything, honestly. When you look at the excursions offering and they do a whole talk on it on board the ship for you, you'll be like, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that. So it's a good job you have $50 per cabin per port towards your shore excursions as well, so that helps you budget. And we're cruising out of the port of Tokyo and we're heading straight into our first Japanese port, which is Kagoshima. Absolutely beautiful, known for its famous mountains. You've got incredible ferries there as well, the hot springs. I mean, this is not something we think of when we think of Japan. Next port is going to be Oshima Island, and you can visit the lovely lighthouse there, perhaps go to the Choshu distillery and learn about how sake is made, or the mangrove forests as well, yeah. Very rich in rainforest, Japan. Next up, we have Okinawa, Miyakojima. Now, this is the largest and most populous island among the Miyako Islands of Okinawa Prefecture. So you can see, I mean, it is literally like, you look at that, it looks like the Caribbean, doesn't it? So, you know, Japan's so vast. Taipei in Taiwan is our next port, and this is a lovely place to visit. They have the Miniatures Museum. I love miniature things, so I'd be straight there. But you can go to Taipei 101 as well as the Martyrs Shrine as well. Next up, Naha. And this is where you can see the world famous Shurijo Castle. Take in a little bit of shopping. Japan's great for shopping as well. Get that something a little bit different to bring home because you are in a completely different landscape being out in the east. Next up, we're into Koshi, and this is where you can visit the incredible Koshi Castle. I mean, the architecture has influences from so many different cultures over the years. It's just amazing to see, and you'll be snapping pictures, honestly, at every turn. Next up, we are into Osaka, and we have an overnight import here, which is brilliant because this is known as Japan's cultural capital, and everyone I've spoken to who's visited Japan, including cameraman Rich over here, say it's their favourite place to visit, you know, because it's just so amazing. There's so much to see and do. You've got the Osaka Castle there, the shrine, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's why we're giving you an overnight. Shimizu's our next port, and this is where you can actually visit Mount Fuji, or you can actually take pictures. You can head up to the summit, the Fuji 5 Lakes, and the fifth station as well whilst you're in this part of Japan. Then we're cruising back into the port for Tokyo, and you'll disembark and we will fly you home. I love the ports that are included on this itinerary. It's honestly, it's jaw-dropping. It is such an adventure.
Yeah, and do you know what? What I would say on this one is don't be bamboozled by the itinerary. What I would say is there's going to be lots and lots of places there that you're unfamiliar with, that you might not have heard of. It's an amazing itinerary. These places are picked because they have major highlights in their area as well. And remember, you've got plenty of research time. And actually, you don't even need to do the research because the cruise companies have done it for you. They'll give you excursion opportunities to look at before you go. There are endless resources on the internet, from Lonely Planet to TripAdvisor, loads and loads of videos you can watch, literally just YouTube, things to do in such and such a place. Even if you've never heard of it, you'll see lots of people's adventures. So never be bamboozled, because if you've ever wanted to do Japan and you've thought, okay, well, if we're going to do Japan, we'll just go to one place. From everyone I know who's travelled to Japan, they say, don't confine yourself necessarily to one place. Travel, see it, see the contrast, because there's a massive contrast between Tokyo and some of the more sort of what you would consider to be countryside Japan. Very, very different feel, very, very different culture right the way around. And the more you see, the more you see. It's as simple as that. Right, so low deposit down on this one. Again, just £199 each right now to make this price possible. And I do know, talking of our cameraman Rich, I can see him at the corner of my eye right now. Whenever we look at our price tags for the holidays we've got, he talks to me about the kind of numbers that they have to budget for the kind of holiday that they do when they go to Japan. And I know that he looks at a price like this and says, actually, I probably should be doing a bit more variety. And that kind of price tag is brilliant, because remember, that includes so much more than just flying out there and staying somewhere. This is flying out there and being travelled and journeying from one place to another to another. It also means that your drinks are included, premium drinks package included, shore excursion credit to places that you've never been before. It's going to help you to get those excursion books. 2 nights of speciality dining on this cruise and some Wi-Fi, so you can do some research on the go as well. It ticks so many boxes, and you can put a low deposit down of just £199 each today on this one. Here's the details if you want to upgrade your cruise cabin as well. So ocean view and balcony prices are there for you. 12 nights of cruising on that one as well, remember. Really, really fantastic package, and I would urge you to that's not one that you'll pick up the phone straight away. I think you'll want to look at it again on our website, talk to your other half, look at the destinations, look at the things you can do in those places, and then you'll make that decision, I think. 0800 953 4700 when you have. Now, before we go on this show, we have got some quick picks, which will have to be very, very quick as well. All-inclusive med getaways for this summer with Norwegian. So we've got Greece, Turkey and Italy on the Norwegian getaway. 10 nights on the 11th of July on this one, and that's NCL 209. Fabulous price tag for that one.
Then we have Greece, Italy, France and Malta on the Norwegian breakaway. That is 11 nights departing the 23rd of August 2023, and it's NCL 210.
And these are all-inclusive deals as well, which is brilliant. So 12 nights on the 26th of August. How peak season is that? Italy, France, Spain and Portugal there. 12 nights from that one incredible price tag there. That's very tempting as well. NCL 211. You can look at all of those on our website as well if you want a full deep dive into the itinerary as well at Cruise1st.tv. I have to tell you, when it comes to cruising with all the major cruise lines as well, sorry, Mr. P just said something rather funny in my ear, which I won't repeat. We're in a great place right now, because if you want a late deal and you want something coming up soon, there are some amazing offers to be had. And if you're booking in advance, even into 2 years' time, oh my word, you're locking in some amazing deals now.
You absolutely are. Yeah. I mean, it's so exciting, isn't it, to have these prospects at your fingertips. We get everything taken care of for you. Yeah. Call our amazing team. You won't regret it, and you'll be back for more before you know it.
Yeah, you absolutely will. Listen, stay right where you are, because you know what? We'll be back in just a couple of moments with even more.
See you.